How many of you have checked social media before even getting out of bed this morning? I know I did. I spent 30 minutes on social media before getting ready for work. Today we're going to talk about how social media is doing more harm than good. Yes, with social media we are more connected, but if you really look at it, we are also more lonely. Over 4.9 billion people in the world use social media every day. On average, we spend 2.5 hours online. With that being said, it is making the loneliness and anxiety rates rise faster than ever. Social media also ties in with mental health. Have you ever went on Instagram or TikTok, saw someone working out and thought, wow, I wish I had their body? And then you sit there and you start thinking of everything that you don't like about yours. This is because social media fuels comparison and insecurity. Now, let's talk about how it affects our younger generation. With the younger generation, they can go online and see someone talking bad about them. They can see how maybe there's going to be a school shooting today, which is a misinformation. Or they can just see their friends getting all these amazing, expensive presents for their birthday, and then they sit there and think, wow, I'm not going to get these for my birthday. Wow, my family's poor. Wow, I wish that I could have this Dior bag one day. This is because social media links to depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. Social media, as we all know, can spread misinformation. When you look at social media, you can see a post about your favorite celebrity that passed away. And then you really look into it and look it up, and they're perfectly fine. This is because false information is spread 6 times faster on social media. This leads to confusion, distrust, and also division. The cost of social media to our relationships and our focus is astronomical. Have you noticed if you walk into a restaurant and you see all these amazing families sitting together, but then you sit and look, they're all on their phones. This is because phones interrupt real human connection. They're sitting there on their phones, not talking, or maybe the mother is trying to talk to her child, and the child is just sitting there scrolling on his or her phone, and then they look up and they have to say, what? This is called phubbing, which is ignoring others to check their phones. Consistent scrolling will shorten your attention span. Being in school and you're listening to a teacher lecture and you're like, okay, let me go on my phone just for 1 second. That 1 second, you are going to miss an important information on the text that they are reading. Yes, you may say, but social media does connect us. That is true. It helps with long distance communication with your family, with your friends that just went off to college. But connection does not equal communication. You can take in mind someone being long distance. They think, yes, we can do it. We can talk on the phone all the time. We can FaceTime. But then after a couple of months, they realize that they want connection. They want to be able to see each other, to hug each other. They realize that social media, being on your phones, doesn't really make them feel connected. It's just communication. You're just letting them know how your day went. Oh, I'm in school. Oh, I love you, Mom and Dad. But yet, there's no connection. Online ties often replaces, not enhances, real world ones. I say, let's take back control. Let's limit our times on our phones and on social media to 30 to 60 minutes per day. Let's follow uplifting accounts, not the accounts that make you compare yourself to them. Let's have more face-to-face conversations with our family, with our friends. But I also want you to remember, you control your feed. You control who you follow. You control who you let follow you. The truth behind the likes. Social media promises connection, but delivers comparison. It promises information, but spreads misinformation. It promises freedom, but controls our attention. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope you guys learned more about how social media does harm the world today. Thank you.